Hello everyone, I am CA Surbi Punshi, a product expert at ClearTax, and I welcome you all to the first ever exclusive GSTR-9 webinar, where we will be discussing in detail the ClearTax GSTR-9 features and its benefits. So we can just start with that, what is GSTR-9 all about, who is required to actually file GSTR-9, and then we can take this forward to the ClearTax product, that what we are offering and how we can help you in preparing this GSTR-9. So as we know that all the person who are actually registered under the GST, they are required to file this GSTR-9 form. Apart from some of the person like ISG registration or the casual taxable person or non-resident taxable person or a composition dealer, because for the composition dealer, there is a separate form. So these are the person who are not required to file, but apart from them, all are required to file this GSTR-9 form. This is nothing but your annual return, which needs to be filed by 31st December in relation to the financial year 17-18. So all the transactions which actually relates to financial year 17-18 are required to be filed or declared in this GSTR-9 form. But obviously there could be some amendments which you would have done afterwards. That also needs to be declared if it relates to financial year 17-18. So this was all about the GSTR-9 form. I will just give you the brief, like what are actually parts of the GSTR-9 form, what we are required to fill in, and how we are actually helping you out with this form. If I just talk about the GSTR-9 form, so I'm just opening one thing. So if we just talk about the GSTR-9 form, the annual report, it actually consists of 6 parts. When I'm talking about 6 parts, we'll just break this and we'll just give the brief of what this 6 part means. Part 1, it actually gives you only the basic details. Then second is the part 2, which gives you the details of the outward supply. It means that whatever the tax you are paying to the government, you have to declare it in the part 2. Then there is a part 3 where you actually have to show whatever the ITC you have availed, or if in case there is some ITC reversal, that particular details need to be shown in the part 3. Then there's a part 4 where you have to actually show the taxes. So if you have paid any taxes, whatever the taxes you paid through 3B form, you have to declare that in part 4. Then there is part number 5. Here, because of our circular number 26, if we have actually done some adjustments or amendments, which are actually related to 17-18 during the financial year, or we can say during the return period April 18 to September 18, that needs to be shown in part number 5. And last one is like part number 6. Part 6 actually gives you the detail, or you have to declare the information in respect of other information like demand, refund, the HSN summary, the late fees, or whatever you have to show. So that is just a basic other informations. So these are actually related to the annual report, but I will give you the detailed part of this also after, like, going forward, that what actually this information needs to be filled in and how we actually filing this information. So we can just start with that what actual information we are required to fill in this GSTR-9 form. So when I'm saying what actual information we have to fill in this GSTR-9 form, or what are the information required before filling this GSTR-9 form, would be first your GSTR-1 file. I think there is some connectivity issue, so we can just check what's the issue here right now. So we'll wait for 2 minutes and then we will resume. Are you able to hear me? Or are you able to see or view my screen? Yes. All right, fine. I think everyone are able to see now. All right, so now I'm just going to give you the walkthrough of our tool, the ClearTax GSTR-9 tool. But before that, I will just tell you that what are the actual information required for preparing or filling up your GSTR-9 form. So since we were discussing about like 6 parts there, in annual return, we are required to fill on that 6 parts. Obviously, it has a different tables and all this stuff. So we will just start with what informations are required. First thing, your GSTR-1 information, which means because you would have already done with filing of your GSTR-1 for the financial year 17-18. So you would be requiring that all entire information. Second part, because you would also have filed the GSTR-3B, which means that the returns are already filed for the 17-18. So that information needs to be reported in your GSTR-9. Third part could be your GSTR-9 2A, because in 2A also you would have already filed your, the other party would have filed the return, and that information would be reflecting in your GSTR-2A. So if it is reflecting in your GSTR-2A, so that also needs to be reported in your GSTR-9 form. Then apart from that, you also are required to show some of the information which you would not have given in 3B summary, because there could be the cases when you look into the GST9 form, which we are going to show it going forward. So there are the information which are actually required, needs to be filled in that information bifurcation and all that, which was not there in your GSTR 3B. So that information needs to be shown over there. I think I'm getting some messages where they're saying the voice is not coming. I just want to see, are you able to like view? Okay, I think now it's okay. All right, then I think we should just start now. So we will just run you through the product. So this is nothing. This is our ClearTax portal over here. So we will just give you the brief how actually you are required to file the GST9 form. Here you can open your particular GST, and obviously you could have lots of GST numbers. So then, and we know that GST9 has to be filed separately for every GST. So if it has to be filed separately for every GST, it means that we are preparing this GST9 form at a GST level. So we'll just start here. First, we are going to the GST9 form. After we go to the GST9 form, here we are asking if your API status is active or not. As we know that if we have to take a call, we have to bring the data from the GSTN portal, your API status should be active. If it is active as well, if it is not, then you can actually click on this button and you can make this active. Apart from that, now we have to actually download the entire data from the GSTN. If you're already using the our ClearTax portal, is well and good, you would have already downloaded this data. But even if you're not using, you're using it for the first time, it's okay. You can still download the entire data, whatever you have filed on the government portal. So for filing this GST9 form, as I was explaining it earlier, that we would be requiring your GST1 file data. And it's not only from the July 2017 till 31st March 2018, but it also covers the amendments or the addition which you have done during the financial year April 2018 till September 2018. So if you have done any amendments or addition during that period, which actually relates to your financial year 17-18, that needs to be reported in GSTR 9A. Sorry, GSTR 9. Similarly, there would be GSTR 2A and GSTR 3B. So we have to actually fetch that information. So we have an option here. You can just download. You can have to just click this particular button where you can just download entire information at a go. Same for the GSTR 2A, then your GSTR 3B. So you can just download the entire data. And in case there is some mismatches and you feel like there is some mismatches between the your sales and whatever you have filed with the government, and you want to know what is the reconciliation between two and what are the mismatches, exact mismatches, then you can actually import your sales also, and you can import your purchases if you want to get the detail of the information. So you can just import your sales and your purchases. Here after you're importing, because I have already imported, so here it will just show you a small summary that this was the total invoices which has been imported and this is total CDN which has been imported. So this information you can see over here. In case you felt like, okay, I have imported some data, but it was wrong, I have wrongly imported some of the data, then there is an option to actually bulk delete the entire data also. So this is about the importing of the data. This was about downloading entire information from the GSTN number. And then you can actually proceed with generating the GSTN9 form. So now you will just click on GSTN9 form. After you click on GST9 form, you would find a button over here, because I have already generated the GST9 form. So I'm able to see here the button as regenerate GSTR-9 form. Otherwise, this would be generate GSTR-9 form if you are doing it for the first time. We can then just click on this download button. As we click on this download button, we will get actually a GSTR-9 form, which will have the entire data, which will have actually your sales data, the purchase data, the 2A data, the GSTR-1 data, 3B data, every data. So I will just go through and will show you how this GSTR-9 form, the Excel which you have downloaded, will look like. So this is the actually data which will be downloaded after you click on the download button. So the first page is nothing but the table of content is the index which you have to see. Here we have divided this into different parts. It's like first part is just an introduction part where we have a guideline that how you can actually use this Excel. Then we have some main sheet like which has GSTR-9 master, the GSTR-9 form comparison, 9C, and your GSTR-1 versus SR summary. Then we have some summary sheets. Summary sheets mein is like a GSTR-1 summary, 2A summary, 3B summary, sale register summary, and your purchase book summary. Then we have some calculators, ITC reversal calculators. We have some reconciliation, and this is the raw data sheet. Raw data sheet is nothing but dump of whatever you downloaded from the government portal or whatever you imported on the ClearTax portal. So I will just run through it because this was just a table of content, but I will actually explain what are the value add. Yeah, just give me a second. I will just make this screen larger. Yeah. So we were just running through the tool. So we were just running through the GSTR-9 tool, the tool which we have downloaded from the ClearTax portal. If you just look into this tool, we have so many sheets over here, but we have to just play with one of the sheets, which is an important sheet, which is nothing but your GSTR-9 master. So you have to just play with this GSTR-9 form. What we are offering here, so you don't have to worry about how this information has been filled in. As you have seen that this all entire information will be filled automatically based on whatever you have imported or downloaded from the government portal. So this information is based on the logics which are required for filling up this information, because we were talking about their different parts, their different tables and all that. So since this is, let's say, table 4, and this all informations are required to be filed from a GSTR-1 which you have already filed. So this information will be populated based on the logics. Then we have one thing like you can actually, because this by default it will be populated based on your GSTR-1, but we are giving you an option where you can even fill in this information based on your books. When I'm saying books, it means your sales register. So you can just reset it as per the books. So we can just reset the table number 4 and 5 as per the books. If I click on this button, it will automatically be reset as per your books. And now I will be talking about, because we have to, our main thing is like how are we able to track this information, how we know that this particular figure coming here is correct or not, because we have kept this figure as per the logic, but is it correct or is it wrong, we have to figure it out. So we have given an option where you can just click on this button and then you will be able to see what this calculation means. So here we have divided, for example, this B2C information has been divided into different parts, and on the basis of that, this information is over here. You can click on this particular button. If I click on this, it will redirect to us to the particular summary where it will show, okay, this B2C other has been taken out from here. So this is our summary views. So when I will give you the detail how it has been generated. So first, if we just go right, we have sheets like we have like a sale register. This is sale register invoices, sale register B2C, CDN, they nil dated. So this is nothing but the dump of whatever you imported, whatever the book sales register you imported to the ClearTax. Then we have another second set of the data, which is nothing but your purchases. Because you have also imported your purchases, so you would be able to see the purchase bill of supply, the purchase CDN, the purchase advances, and other stuff. Then the third part, if we just talk about, because we were talking about GST-1, it is important and we have already filed this information on the government portal. So we would be able to download the entire data. So we will be able to see the entire data like GSTR-1, B2B, A if you have. if you have the GSTR-1 B2B data, this is nothing but my sales invoices, which actually I have filed through GSTR-1 return. Then there could be some amendments. There could be the B2C large invoices. There could be B2C LA. So this is like a dump of what you actually downloaded from the government portal. Then from this dump, we have actually created summary for you. So it is easy for you to understand. So we'll just take one of the summary. Let's say we have opened GSTR-1 summary. So if you open just this GSTR-1 summary, we have different sections. So these sections are nothing, but this is the government defined section, which we have made it. Like on the government, we have B2B, B2C large, B2C others, exports, nil dated, credit debit note registered, credit debit note unregistered. So we have this all sections. So here, this is nothing but the government defined section, but we have broken this into the different parts based on what is required in GSTR-9 form. Because as we look into the GSTR-9 form, this information was not directly asked. If I just open the GSTR-9 form, for example, the first one was they were asking supply to SEZ on payment of tax, which means it is a part of B2B invoices, but exactly is not the B2B sum of the B2B invoices. So that's the reason we have divided this B2B into further drill down. So if you just open this, it is like B2B, we have divided into B2B regular, B2B RCM, SEZ with payment of IGST, SEZ without payment of IGST, and deemed export. So we have actually divided this into different parts so that the figures in the GSTR-9 form can be taken out directly from here. And you can even track the transaction that how this particular thing came here. So that's the reason we just divided this GSTR-1 summary into different parts so that you know these figures and you will be able to correlate, and also it will be useful for you for the documentation purpose, because after filing GSTR-9 also you would require this information so that you can actually know that how this information, or whenever let's say the this case is under the assessing officer asks for information or something, then you always have the documentation for this. So same for GSTR-1 summary, we have divided this GSTR-2A. So you can see the in two parts. If you want to see the normal, it's total B2B, B2A. If you want to see drill down view, you can just click on this and can see the drill down of view of same. Same for the 3B summary, the purchase, PR summary, the purchase register summary. So you would be able to see all this summary over here. So based on the summary, we have actually made the GSTR-9 for you. So this is GSTR-9. We have again divided the GSTR-9 into two parts. Here the GSTR-9, this is as per your file data. Because if you just look into the ICI guidelines as well as the notification which was issued by the department, they says that this GSTR-9 form needs to be filled as per our file data. We cannot alter anything over there. But if you just look into the GSTN APIs and obviously the GSTN PPTs and all the things, this is no, you can actually alter the information in the GSTR-9 form itself. So based on this two, what we have done is like we have prepared one GSTR-9 form, which is actually based on the return file. So as per your GSTR-1, the GSTR-3B and the GSTR-2A, whatever you have filed, based on this, we have actually computed this. The second part, if you just scroll right, you will see here, we have prepared this based on your books. Based on your sales in the purchase register, we have actually prepared this information. And if there is any difference between these two, then you can actually see the difference at the third part. So here you will be able to see if there is any difference. If there is no difference, it will come as 0. So this is like divided of the GSTR-9 form. If we talk about GSTR-9 form, because we were talking about, we are giving you the calculation trail that how this actually information came in. So what is the logic we have kept over here? So for that, you can actually click on this. Then you would be able to see, for example, supplies to made to unregistered dealer. We have divided this into different parts, B2C others, B2C this and all. Same for like supplies to registered, it is nothing but your B2B regular, along with the linking where you can redirect it to that particular page. For example, we have supplies to unregistered. When I click on B2C others, I will just click on this. It will redirect me to this particular tab. So this is my GST summary. So when I'm saying ki, okay, let's look into the B2B, I want to see, because I'm in the summary page, but I want to see what are the invoices which actually makes the calculation of this. So for that also, we are giving you the view where you can just click on this view button. As you click on view button, this will redirect you to our product again with a filtered view. So it will open in front of you and will just filter over that particular invoices, and you will be able to actually see these are the total invoices which I have to look into. So if I'm looking into this particular information, how this information came in, I can directly click on this view button and I will be able to see that what are the invoices which constitute this particular figures. So that's the reason why we say we give you the calculation trail. So you would from the start, if I'm talking about GSTR-9, in GSTR-9 we have different tables. Let's focus on one of the table. Let's say there is a table number 4. Table 4 come up with, let's say, the GSTR-1 summary. If we have given some particular GSTR-1 summary, then in that GSTR-1 summary, how that figure is arrived. If there is one particular figure, you can click on that particular thing. You will come to the GSTR-1 summary page. In summary also, you can further drill down and see, okay, these are the total invoices which actually constitute this particular figure. So that's the reason we are saying we are giving you the calculation trail that how this figure is coming in. So you can always look into the logic which has been kept over here. Plus, you can also see the calculation trail for this. So this is one of the value add which we are as a ClearTax is giving to you. Other value add if you're talking about, because if you have seen in the start, what I was doing, I was just downloading the entire data. I was downloading your GSTR-1, I was downloading your GSTR-2A, I was downloading your GSTR-3B. So when I was downloading the entire data, so there on downloading, this is single click that you can download the entire month data on a single click. Because if you use the, like say you go to the government portal and you want to download your GSTR-1, so for every month you have to download it separately. So that too, you can just get the JSON file out of that, and then you have to upload that JSON file on the government offline utility, and then you will actually be able to see that particular thing. But for here, if you want to actually look into the invoices, so if you want to actually look into the invoices, you have to just click on that button, the download button, which we have already shown over here. So you just click on the download button and then you would be able to actually get entire month, the 15-month data over here. So you will be seeing this 15-month data at a shot. Then, so this was about the getting the entire data shot. Second thing was we are giving the calculation tray so that you can look into the entire data, how this logic was kept. Obviously, we are giving the autofill GSTR-9 form, so you don't have to do anything. So it's like whatever we are giving, that particular thing is based on logic. But still, if you want to verify the data, then you can even verify that data by clicking on that particular tab, and you will be able to see how this particular information has came over there. So apart from that, because we were talking about, we are giving you the information based on your file data, based on your sales and purchase register and their difference. So at the final, when I'm talking about GSTR-9 master final, we have actually given you an option where you can either fill in this information based on your file data, or the second option where you can actually fill in this information based on your books. Or even you can do both of the thing. In case you say, you know, I want to just fill table number 4 and 5 based on my GSTR-1, but maybe I want to fill in my table number 6 and 7 based on my purchase register. So this all can also be done. Or maybe you can say, no, I want to actually manually add some of the information. So you can do that. So first thing, if you want to manually add it, you can just click over here. You can enter some number over here and it's done. You can do that. Or if you can, no, okay, sorry, I entered some wrong thing, I want to actually delete it, you can delete it. But in case you want to again get the data which was actually as per GSTR-1, then you can click on this button, reset form as per your GSTR-1. If you click on that button, then all this information will be as per your GSTR-1. So you will get this entire information again as per your GSTR-1. Apart from that, because we were talking about there are other tables also, like this, if you just look into the table number 6, 7, so this will be auto populated based on as per your books. So you can even say, okay, reset this as per your books. So information will be auto filled as per your purchase registered over here. Then if you just go down, there are certain sections like as per rule number 42. This is ITC reversal as per your rule number 42. And if you want to recalculate, you want some calculator where it can actually help you out with what this information needs to come in. So we have given you a facility like some calculator. So here, if you click on calculated ITC reversal, it will redirect you to here, and then you can just fill in some of the information. Most of the informations are already there, because if you just talk about how to calculate that. So your ITC, this is based on your purchase register. Then this information can be computed automatically. Then as we know that for calculating this D1, we need something like your total exempted supply divided by your total turnover multiplied by what the C1 is. So this all has been taken care. So only the field which is with this pink color needs to be filled in, and rest of will be taken by your software. Then you can just fill in. After you are done with this, you can go back to your main GSTR-9 form. So you can do this part. Apart from that, there are certain information which needs to be filled based on your GSTR-2A. So this, if you have some, you have already downloaded your GSTR-2A, this will also be auto-filled over here. Then we have the tax details. So this is as per your GSTR-3B, and this will also be automatically filled in. Then we have certain, so this is the main section. So when we are talking about there is a part number 5, it is actually a main section because here you have done some adjustments or some amendments based on whatever you have filed during the period July 17 to March 18. So because you have filed based on that, so this becomes an important section. Here we have to actually show whatever the amendments or whatever the supplies which you have done during the financial year, or we can say during the return period April 2018 till September 2018, which actually belongs to financial year 17-18, which means all the invoices which actually relates for the period July 2017 till 31st March 2018, but are actually filed for in the return of April 2018 till September 2018 needs to be reported here. So we are also taking care of this thing because as we have seen that we were downloading your GSTR-1 from July 2017 till September 2018. So we are taking care of this also. We are taking all the invoices which actually relates to 17-18 or whatever the amendment you have done in in April 2018 till September 2018, and then we are auto filling this all entire information which is required over here. Then obviously there is another sections like HSN summary. So based on whatever sales register or the purchase register you have done, based on that we will also autofill your HSN summary over here. So this is about the GSTR-9 form. So what all we are doing is like we are filling all this information. Then apart from that, because we have GSTR-9C also, and some of the information in this GSTR-9C form needs to be filled based on your GSTR-9. So whatever the information which can be filled from the GSTR-9 form, we are filling in this 9C for you. Apart from that, we are also giving you one reconciliation summary. Why it is needed? Because if you just see that there could be actually a difference between your GSTR-1 file and your sale register. So it becomes important for you to track that how this transactions has been reported in the returns file. So let's say there was some turnover or maybe some taxable value or some value as per your books would be, let's say 1 crore. But you would have reported 80 lakh correctly while you were filing the return from your July 2017 till March 2018. But there could be some amendments you would have done in the same period from July 2017 till March 2018. So you did some amendments over there. And there could also be cases where you have done the amendment, but you have not done in the same financial year. You would have done in the return period from April 2018 till July 2018. So there could be such cases also. But obviously there could be cases that there are still some mismatches. So still you have some invoice in your books, but that has not been reported in the GSTR-1, or maybe vice versa, that you reported correctly in your returns, but you have not shown that particular invoice on your book, or you have missed it. Maybe you have some two different ERPs. One is which actually records your sales, and the other is maybe where you're doing the accounting. So all such scenarios or all such cases are actually required. So you have to keep the track of this, that how you have actually shown the particular invoices in your books and how this particular invoices has been shown in the return. And if there is different, then you should have this for the documentation purpose, so that in future, if your particular case comes in audit or scrutiny, then you should be able to tell them ki, see how actually I have shown this particular transaction. So that's the reason we have given you a facility where we are showing that, okay, this is total turnover as per books. And then there is something where the turnover I have shown in my GSTR-1 file. There are certain amendments which we have done within the same financial year. There are certain amendments which I have done in the next financial year. And still there are certain transactions which is still not reconciled. So you can actually see this summary, which will be useful for you for the documentation purpose. So this is how this GST-9 form looks like, where we were talking about the value adds and whatever we are giving over here. So we'll just show that what actually value adds, and we can just brief of that actually what are the value adds we are giving over here. So when we just talk about the value add, what we are giving it, I will just brief you up that how and what are the value. Okay. So I just want to brief you up with the value adds which we are giving. So we'll just, because I have given you the demo that how we were working on. We started with like downloading of the entire data. We're talking about we're downloading your GST1, we're downloading your 2A, we're downloading your 3B. We also talked about we are importing your purchase register, we are importing your sale register. Then we actually talked about that we are doing the reconciliation for you, which means the GST1 versus your books. We already give you the facility where you can actually reconcile your 2A with your purchase register. We have the facility where we are reconciling your 3B versus 1. We are reconciling your 3B versus 1A. Sorry, we are reconciling your 3B versus your GSTR1. Apart from that, we are auto-filling your GSTR9. So we are preparing your GSTR9 with the logics. So there are different logics which has been kept while preparing your GSTR9 form. So you don't have to worry about that how the GST9 form has come in. We are just given some logics on basis of which we have filled in your GST9. So it means that your GST9 has been auto-filled. But the problem here is like you would know that how this information has been come in. So how this value in this GST9 form comes in. So for that, what you have to do, you just have to see like, okay, this is my GST9 form. We have I've shown you that how it looks like, that there's a odd calculation trail over there. You can just click on that figure on the GST9 form. It will take to you that particular summary, like GST1 summary. There you will know, okay, this is total my summary. This is summary created out from your different GSTR1 forms that was divided into different parts based on the information actually required in GSTR9 form. So that was calculated based on that. Then you can actually click on that particular button and see that what are the invoice which actually constitute that number. So that is how we are giving you the calculation trail. So how this is GSTR9 form is actually prepared. Apart from that, because we are talking about part number 5, which was an important section which actually contains the amendments or the invoices which actually you filed during the return period from April 2018 till September 2018, but actually relates to financial year 17-18. So we were talking about that. So that is also taken care of. So we are actually calculating that part number 5 also for you. Apart from that, because this GST9 form is filled in, we have talked about all the reconciliations. We are giving you all the reconciliations. We are giving you the dump where you can actually download entire form at once. So you don't have to worry about that how will that data comes in, because we talk about the government portal. On the government portal, obviously you have to do it separately for every month. But here for all the months, you can actually download the entire data at once. So that would be the another value add for you. So so last thing I think I just forgot. So once let's say you are done, you have done the verification, what's next? So that becomes an important question, that after you are done with the verification, you have to generate the JSN. So if you just see the GST9 form itself, we have a button where you can just click on generate JSN button. So as you click on generate JSN, the JSN will be created, and then we can just directly import this JSN once the government portal comes up with GST9, because since we know that government has not come up with the GST9 tool, so for now you can just have this JSON with you, and maybe whenever the government comes with the GST9 form on their GST portal, you can directly import this GST, or otherwise we will give you a facility from here only once where they are live with the GST9 form, where you can actually import that particular GST9 form. Then you would be able to actually generate this GSTR9 form. So that's the reason, if I'll just brief you that what are the things we are actually giving you. So briefing may obviously single click download of entire month data. So if you have seen here, we have given you the download of entire month. So it's like 15 months, you can click on one button and you can download the entire data at all. the 2A, the 3B, everything you can download at once. Second part, we are generating the GSTR-9 form based on the logic. So you don't have to worry about it, how the GSTR-9 forms needs to be filled in. So we are filling the GSTR-9 form for you. Then third part we are also giving you the GST9 comparison. This comparison is based on the file data and as per your books. And you can even see the differences, if any, based on this too. So this comparison we are giving for you. Third part, we are also auto computing the summaries for you, HSN summary, so you don't have to worry about HSN summary. Then we are giving you the reconciliation summary. This is the reconciliation between the GSTR1 and the books, the sales register. Even if you want to see that books wise, if you want to see, okay, I don't want to see this, but I want to see the reconciliation at invoice level, so you can even see this particular thing at the invoice level. So if there is a mismatch, so we will show the GSTR1 versus books based on the invoice level. So what is the invoice as per GSTR1 and what is the invoice as per sales books? If there is a mismatch, then you will be able to see this. Apart from that, you will be able to see if there is some missing invoice. So obviously there could be case where it may be missing at the GST1 side, or maybe it is missing at the other side. So you would be able to see that thing. Then we are giving you the facility like some calculators and all, where you can actually calculate the ITC reversal by just filling in some of the information, and then you will know what is the exact ITC reversal which you have to do. Then we are also giving entire dump of entire data what you have filed. So here whatever 3B information you have filed till now, you will be able to see at once. The GST1 information, obviously based on different section, you will be able to see this is my GST1 which I have actually filed with the government. Then there would be the sale register summary, all of the summaries. Again, summaries has been drilled down into different parts. So this is the summary, for example, sale register summary. But if you want to see, okay, give me the different sections, what is under this B2B or what is under B2C and LAL, so you can just click on this and you can just see the bifurcation of these summaries. So we have given you the different summaries like sales summary, the purchase summary, the 3B summary, 2A summary, the 1 summary. So you would be able to see these summaries also. So, and obviously in summaries also you can click on this and you would be able to see the invoice level detail of how this particular number came in. So even if you, so this can be seen two ways. Either you can directly go to like GST1 from here, because you can see the formula. If you can read it, you can directly go from here. Otherwise, the second option is we are giving you the product link here, where you just have to click on that button, and then we will be redirecting you to the product where you would be able to actually see by the filter. So we will be applying filter automatically, and you will be seeing that this is the total invoices which you have declared over there. So this is the another value add which we are giving for you. So we, and other things, we are always taking care of the adjustments, the amendments, all this stuff. So because if you know that in B2BA, if I'm talking about one of the section, B2BA, you would be showing the entire invoice again. But when we're talking about GST9, we just have to show the differences over there. And there are separate sections for differences. Because if we just look into, let's say, GST9 form, so it shows me like supplies tax declared through amendments. So it doesn't show me the total invoice number, but it actually says me only tell me the number or tell me the invoices or the difference amount, whatever actually is there is an amendment and what was the original, and just tell me the difference amount. So we will be taking care of that and we will just show the difference over there. So if you just even see the GST1 summary in case of amendments, in case of the amendment, you would be able to see the amended amount along with the original value. So if I am clicking on this amendment, so here what was the amended amount and what was the original and what is the net amount over here, you would be able to see it over here. So this was all about our GST9 tool and the reconciliation which we were giving and which we are actually offering to you.